then. All right. Hello everyone and welcome to our Alabaster Gamedev stream. We are back in July, trying to keep a monthly stream schedule. I'm Felix, aka Luxen. I will do the game development, and with me in the voice chat today is Henne, aka Geflügel. And Henne
Yes.
is dying.
Yes. No, I just wanted to quickly cough a bit. But yes, I'm here. Hello. And so is Felix. And so is
No one else.
no one else.
Except all of our viewers.
Yes. Who are the most important people, of course.
And also who's not here today is our music bot, because it's still not available since we, relied on Fretboat, which, just went down. Like it doesn't exist anymore. Enough. Yep. So we still didn't manage to, get a replacement, a proper one. So I'm just gonna play some random JRPG town music with YouTube, hoping that there's no copyrighted music in there. So only I can hear the music, so only I can answer me and, all the viewers, but Henne can't hear it, unfortunately. That's the downside of not using a bot.
By the way, thanks to Psychiatric for subscribing for 69 months. Nice.
69. Okay, we reached that number now.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, you reached 667, I think, before it was before you made jokes about that. Or maybe we did make a joke about it. I don't know. Did we have anyone else who
John Chicken Philly said hello. I saw a Chicken Philly writing about us on Twitter a few times.
That's nice. Chicken fillets are very nourishing.
Yeah, very balanced meal. It's so funny. Like we have like this place in Saarbrücken that only sells, grilled chicken only on Saturdays. And it's like, for a very balanced meal, just get grilled chicken and fries. And it's like, okay, yeah. That sounds very balanced.
At least there's fries with it. So.
Some kind of vegetable, I guess. Work time for me. Hope stream goes well. Been loving Alabaster so far. Thank you. The only word I know is hi, so hi. You've been using a lot of words in that sentence, so. Yeah, so the plan for today is to work on... That's a very epic town music. Holy shit. Okay. That's the Octopus Traveler 2 main theme. That doesn't qualify as a town theme, I think, but it's okay. It's a good piece. Yes, the plan for today is to work on more moves for some of the new weapons. Karma is already in the demo, doesn't have any moves in the demo in their current early access version. But we also got the spear that will be featured in the next update. And that one still has some moves missing as well. There's also at least a parry move for the chakram that is still missing. But that's something we might work on. Since we actually have a lot of animations ready, I just need to get, finally implement the whole thing with effects and everything. So that's something we can work on today. There's a lot of stuff we can show you in the stream, and I think I might actually start by showing off some new stuff we've been working on. Since there's a lot of stuff, I think we will actually follow up with an update post sometime next week or the week afterwards. Just writing down like stuff that we've been working on since the release. And because a lot of stuff actually happened already, we are now focusing really on, expanding the game, creating new content, creating a couple new features that have been requested a lot. So yeah, there's some stuff to show, I would say. And yeah, the plan is to actually do the next update in August. We actually have to see how realistic that is, and not so much because we are not making that much progress. It's also because there's Gamescom in August, and I'm a little bit concerned about releasing an update shortly before Gamescom. That might actually be a bad idea for us because since a lot of the team will be on Gamescom, and when we release a major update, we want to be available to fix stuff. So that means if we want to do it in August, we have to do it in early August, which might be a little bit too early. So I kind of feel that after Gamescom, which is, end of August, beginning of September, might end up being more realistic, but that's something we will communicate in time once decided, just as a heads up.
I mean, an alternative idea would be just releasing the game and having nothing to fix.
Yeah, and just disappearing, and everything will work perfectly fine.
Yes. That's like good planning.
That would be an alternative, but just like how we released Alabaster, like Crosscode, the 1.0 release, just ship it, go eat some burgers, have a nice nap, and the next morning, nothing bad happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it worked.
We got a long question.
Yeah, there's like a couple of things. The first here, can you help me with my wish list? It's been so hard lately. A year of work, but hardly any wishlist entries. My game is called Animagi. It's my first game, so a fellow game dev asking for some support. I mean, I can at least have a look.
Oh, it's a cute
Animagi on Steam. So here you go. You did release a demo. Did you already participate in Steam Next Fest? It's magical creatures with... I mean animals casting magic. That's how it looks like.
Cooperative game.
Like, we're not really good when it comes to, obviously I can show the game here on stream and people... Actually, I'm not streaming, so maybe I should do that. So here you go. So yeah, check out this game if you want to help a fellow game dev. It's there on Steam. There's a demo. You can play it.
That's always good, having a demo.
Yeah, and I know it's tricky to actually get attention on Steam. Like we had a pretty easy time because we already released a game that have been very successful. That really makes all the difference. I heard that essentially getting out the demo is important, so it's good that you did this. Though, like, there's no reviews yet. It has been released, just 2 months ago. Like, I heard it's important to actually get some traction on the demo before you join Steam Next Fest, so that's what I would recommend doing. There's also what we did with now we have Konosuba. I mean, this is not JRPG Town music. I'm sorry, but
it can kind of sound like it because it is like,
I guess,
parodying.
Anyway, so there's a very long comment here. What is it? Long ago, I made my first little RPG in an engine called RPG Maker 2000, and I came across this German game called Felserbor, or Felserbor, depending on whether you pronounce it correctly or incorrectly. I live in Europe and I could understand a little German. It was amazing, and there were no other RPG Maker games like this. Back then it was normal to add everyone and their mom to... Yeah, we did that too. And I added this creator who was called Laxen. I told him how much I enjoyed the game, and he asked me if I also found all the secrets. What? Secrets in an RPG Maker? Impossible. I played again. To find the secret, and it's one of the most embarrassing on my childhood. Played.
Okay. Had secrets? I don't even remember the big, except maybe all the chests and stuff like that.
Yeah, like there's no big secret in Crosscode, so I'm wondering what this is about.
You mean Felserbor?
Felserbor, sorry. Not that I know.
Star's Adventure had a lot of secrets.
Looking forward to the next game, which will be Featherball. Yeah, okay, I guess
Maybe.
it will be Featherball, or maybe it will be not. Christopher Dark Matter, hi, yes. I've played the demo and it was awesome. Can't wait for the game. Thank you so much. The game is already out in early access, but feel free to wait if you want to get the full experience once ready. Oh, with the wishlist, Topi, do you have experience with thoughts on Steam working the recommendation on the 2 games per day thingy? I'm not fully up to speed, but it sounded like this is not optionating amongst game devs. I mean, I've heard about this. I think initially people didn't like it because it made some changes, like the regular popular upcoming was, I think, harder to get into. But otherwise, it sounds like a good way to, you know, get more games in the spotlight. Essentially, it's not only about how popular the game is or when it's released, so it's not like all the games are stuffed together on one huge list. Rather, they kind of seem to filter it with, you know, like with tags and kind of matching the games that you would be interested in anyway. So that sounds like a meaningful change to me, but honestly, I didn't read too much about it either, so it's not like I have any big qualified opinion about this. Emmy Ragnar, the Fell of Hezabor, enjoy, I see, yes. Are there any plans to put Spanish language? I'll do it for cheap for Alabaster and I love cross-gun hope for Spanish translation. We might do a Spanish translation. I think it's more likely to happen compared to crosscode. It's not 100% sure yet. We're actually currently working with somebody to work on a German localization. Depending on how that goes, we might hire them to do the Spanish localization as well. At least that's an option. It was just secret equipments, if I remember correctly, but it was a big deal at the time, at least for me.
Yeah, Featherball had quite a bit of like secret chests with equipment and stuff.
There were probably, yeah. I mean, that's one of the aspects we essentially transferred to, you know, crosscode, a lot of hidden stuff, cool equipment,
So
things like
crosscode was
this.
more, crosscode was like some hidden equipment, but also a lot of hidden consumer items and trade items. By the way, Felix, are you planning to start with the development?
No, I just want to keep showing the Steam page here. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay, let's start with actually showing some new stuff we've been working on. Something I've been showing off a little bit in the Discord is that one major addition about the Karma grappling hook thing is that your party members will now follow you. Or maybe I can quickly show that. So here we go. Look, I don't have a... Yes, I have a camera. So, here you go. She will follow you now. So that's... that worked actually a lot easier than I thought. Just did some... Heck, you know, obviously... Fila will ignore collisions in these situations, so, you know, she might move through walls, but that's okay to me. As long as she managed to keep up with you, I think that's the important thing. And she's less likely to fall into water a little bit. Whoop. So, that's something we've been working on. Well, we've been working on... Specifically, Stefan has been working on... the option to set markers. So, let's see. Very much like similar to how it worked with crosscode. Already has really fancy sounds too. So that's something you can do now. You can also now delete it. You can just change the icon. That all works. should hopefully also not crash old saves now. That's something I fixed last Friday. But yeah, that's something we've been working on. Another thing we have been working on is the dojo. I'm not sure if I've shown this before in the stream. I think I did. So the dojo, it's a place where you can just practice your skills. You know, you can use combat arts. And then there's a lot of settings. Like you can say you want infinite DC. Now you can just spam all the combat art moves. DC will not go empty. So that's something you can do. And obviously to actually practice stuff you need enemies, so you can actually select those here. You can say, okay, I want a couple of bolts. Then there's actually a system where you can get new enemies, but you actually need to unlock them first by spending a couple of essences that you collect from the enemy. So there's another way to spend those essence. How do you say that? Dang it. Essences. I can't.
I think it's essences.
Essences. Essences. I don't
Felix,
know. I'm broken.
Just visual, or rather, think about herbal essences.
Herbal essences. Essences. I don't know.
Essences.
I think I'm broken. My brain can't pronounce this.
Essences.
Essences.
Not essences.
Essences. Essences. Okay.
Essences.
Essences. Essences.
Felix, think in German. Essences. But
Essences.
quicker.
Okay. Essences.
Essences.
Essences. Essences sounds nice. Anyway, yeah, you can unlock them, and then you get the enemies. And then you can fight them as much as you want.
Now, Felix,
you don't get XP, obviously. That would be too nice.
Now, Felix, say
you can
enemies essences 10 times in a row, very quickly.
I will not. Okay, so you can actually increase the enemy life factor if you want to, if you think those die too quick, just make it HP times 100, then you can, you can keep getting them.
Isn't that the emo rock band? Evanescences. Evanescences.
Don't make me pronounce this. Okay, you can obviously also tell them to attack you. If you wanna, The nice thing about dojo is you don't take damage, so that's nice, right? So don't worry about dying here. You can practice parrying stuff. Especially interesting for, you can parry this thing if you want to. And you can also make them regenerate themselves if 100 times HP isn't enough. You can also say, does it actually work? Yeah, it does work. You can still die them though. Kill them. You can die. Jesus, I think my English is broken today. I'm sorry. Anyway, so lots of options. I'm also thinking of adding some stats here, so you can better track how much damage your different moves do, in a way that is, a little bit filtered out the variance of the, critical hits and stuff like this. So mostly just showing damage factors. I actually would like to reduce the... It's already down, yeah. Anyway, that's something we've been working on. And then we have been working on content, specifically the swamp. I don't want to show too much from the swamp itself. I mean, there's a lot of... Maybe I can show you a quick, a map. Not walking through too much, but... Damn, there's a whole lot of rogue maps already. And damn, so many dungeon maps, and those are all placeholders though. Okay. Okay, let's go. Here. Here's a swamp. Look at this. It's the night swamp. It's all tiny. There's new enemies here. So that's something else we've been working on. I mean, I've been working on those enemies in the last stream, so, you know, we've been working on those for some time already. Ooh, so.
I mean, those little water hand puppet thingies are pretty old already. I think.
You mean the axolotls or which one?
I didn't want to spoil the name, which won't even be the names, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, axolotls. Those are the banana lizards.
But is it poisonous, really? The swamp.
No. At least, no. Actually not. We are not Dark Souls or like a Miyazaki game, so I guess we can get away without poisonous swamps. Yeah, so new area in development. What is this? Fighting. But yeah, that's something we are working on. There's a couple new enemies. I've shown you 2 of them. There's also like the balloons. That's the one I think worked on last stream. It's more or less done too. Oh, something you can see here too is the, you know, this attack is actually kinda tricky to parry. But that's the idea.
Ah, that one, yeah. Skill issue, like everything.
Yeah. It's all skill issue. Anyway, that's a new enemy you're working on. Does this pretty strong attack. And the jump attack. That one you can parry. Yeah. Quite tanky though. Maybe I still need to look, like balancing wise, we still wanna go over those a little bit. Might be because, yeah, I'm actually, like my level is just all wrong. That might be why it might be tanky. Anyway,
yeah, level 9 is pretty...
Yeah, there's the swamp lizard, there's also the platypus. Maybe I can quickly show it without showing too much of it. No, that's the, that's a better test map here. Okay. Oh, that's 3 of them, jeez. Yeah. I usually test big quantities to see if it's still possible to fight them. Normally you fight just 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, those will be fun, I think. By the way, those are platypus enemies, so obviously you need to parry them. Like, I can't do it, but you can do it. Not all of their attacks, but you know, this one. Okay. Here we go. You can parry the platypus, you're welcome. Okay.
As you should.
As you have to. Okay.
Can you get the spear in the live version of the game? It's not out in the current live version.
No, but the next update will include the spear. That's the that's the plan, and that's definitely gonna happen because it will be the next weapon you will get if we continue to plot just a little bit.
Voila. I hope one of them gets ahead. I mean, maybe. What game engine are you using? We have a command for that, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's a custom game engine written in HTML5 and TypeScript WebGL. So yeah, the game will not allow you to miss weapons. At least not the initial weapons. You will actually get those 4 ranged and 4 melee weapons. The first 4 of them you will not be able to miss. Because the game kind of requires you to have 4 weapons for both melee and range.
We can never... Of course, we can never say what weird things speedrunners do, but...
Obviously, speedrunners might be able to miss them, but, you know, then they have to deal with the consequences. Which might involve not, you know, crashing the game.
I also want to say Crosscode is such an amazing game. And I'm hyped for Alabaster Dawn.
Thank you.
Joker for.
Thank you. Okay, so, but something I want to work on today is the weapons. So that's actually also why I can show you a little bit more about spear. There's some destructibles here for some reason. I don't know why. So, the spear. The spear is a pretty fast weapon. A little bit faster than the sword even. It has, you know, it's a long stick with a sharp end. Long pointy stick. It has, you know, a very long range, but not, you know, it's less circular. Aiming can be a little bit more tricky, but we have been very generous with, you know. Just looking at some additional comments added at the ball test map.
Where did those come from?
Oh, I have no idea, Hannah. Yeah, I guess.
So
It's
weird.
everyone's guess. Okay. So, that's a spear, essentially. Low pointy attacks. There's some variation. The delay attack looks like this. So, it's like... There you suddenly do get some circular range attacks. And then there's one that, you know, fans from a certain Super Nintendo game might, you know, recognize. So that's the second attack hold attack.
Ah, right. Yeah, that's really cool.
It's actually one where we still want to, you know, work on the sounds. It's not 100% done. We need the proper sliding sound. That's going to be missing with this one. So... And then we got the charge attack. Which, you know, you cannot actually abuse to get up to stuff. We made sure that's not possible. It actually does lead to some weird situations with, you know, destructive hazards that you're not supposed to be able to dash through. Which looks weird, but in terms of gameplay, it's exactly what we want. So I'm not sure if we will actually change this, but it's, you know... Essentially, you will just take damage even though you're just way up in the air. And the attack will be cancelled. And suddenly Juno is down at the earth again.
I mean, we could... Oh no, wait. We can't just make it invincible because...
No, because then you can, you know, just skip hazards. So that's not okay.
No.
I'm actually thinking of maybe changing the styling a little bit to make it a little bit more clear that you're not exactly up in the air, because that's kind of like the issue here.
Can you go up the edge that you can climb on with the charge attack? No.
No, you can't.
That's the point. That's the point, because you are not actually jumping in the air. It just looks like it.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm actually thinking of, you know, styling the attack in a way that it actually looks like you're not actually jumping up. It's more like a mirror image that's jumping up or something like this. That would, I think, make this a little bit more intuitive in terms of how it works.
Yeah, or you have like some kind of energy connection to the ground.
Yeah, something like this anyway.
Yeah. We have a long question. I am starting in the making games industry. I'm currently doing a basic 2D game, but I reached the part where I wanted to put some sprites, but I didn't find any sprites that I liked, and I don't know how to make them. I'm not an artist. What should I do? I like the smooth animations. Do you have on your game any advices? I mean, start small. I mean, what? It's like hard to say. I mean, if you are doing it like as a hobby currently or as a learning experience, then
yeah, I mean,
like
there's two options. Either you do find somebody who works with you to create sprites. Usually that works best with payment. If you can't afford this, you can promise to have some revenue share or something like this. It's still tricky to actually convince people to join your project this way. And the only other option you have is to, you know, actually learn how to do pixel art. And it's there's a lot of tutorials out there that can help you. My biggest advice is to just, you know, look at what other games do, and actually just starting out by just copying stuff is a good way to learn stuff. You shouldn't, you know, you should not exactly copy things, but you should, you know, look very close, copy the ideas, create something unique based on them. I mean, this is essentially how I started creating pixel art, I have to admit. And over time, you tend to, you know, create your own style with this. But it's a very important shortcut to, you know, look at how other people do pixel art. And kind of take some inspiration from this.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to have to get some experience with like graphics anyway, like pixel art in your case. It's just very useful, even if you later pay people to do it for you. It's still good to be able to do some edits yourself, or to be better able to evaluate the kind of work that's needed.
This more about important thing in visual design. It's these details are making. Say, okay, thank you. Why does they have so many more invisible wards when compared to Crosscode? Well, in Crosscode, we kind of didn't have invisible wards and people did all kind of nonsense, and that's why we decided for Alabaster Dawn, like, we will do some invisible wards. But it's, you know, it's mostly stuff where you're really not supposed to go, you should not be able to get there. So that's why we added those. And for, I think, the average player, actually, it's, you know, it's probably very relevant for speedrunners because they tend to be able to get off screen all the time. But, you know, on average, like, a regular player should not be able to notice invisible wards. Like we tend to only plug off stuff that you're actually not supposed to jump onto. And if it's something that looks exactly like you should be able to do it, then that's usually stuff that we also try to fix, at least in most cases. But, you know, then again, we have our ruins, and whenever there's, you know, ruins in towns, there's too much opportunities to jump for some reason, and it's kind of hard to avoid invisible wards in those situations that you don't notice. There they are, radical fish goats, the best. Thank you, I guess. So, anyway, let's start with the spear. So there's actually two attacks that we can work on. The first one is Juno actually throwing a spear. As you can see, there is actually an animation, but then Juno just throws some bomb and there's nothing. So that's something I wanted to work on.
Just kidding, it's just a ball. Or a rock or whatever. How did you come up with radical fish, by the way? I think that's mostly because Felix is Lachse, which is a fish. And then there was also for an RD thing, because he was radical dude.
Yeah.
Short to RD.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Which is ironic because we never made a game where you can swim. So.
I mean, the problem with making invisible walls visible is that, you know, it kind of does break the immersion. You know, for Crosscode, we had the advantage of working with a kind of setting where we could easily say, yeah, it's just, you know, the track of the ancients, and it just put some fences around there so you can know where you can't go. But for Alabaster Dawn, we can't really do this. So, you know, making them clearly visible is tricky. You know, ideally, again, like, we should avoid jumps that look like they could work, but they don't. Like, you know, very often you do have jumps that you might think work, but they actually don't, just simply because the tile is just one thing too high, and, you know, this is then exactly on purpose, and there's no invisible wall involved in those cases. I mean, crooked trees and broken cliffs, doing these kind of things is a lot of work, actually. Especially broken cliffs and stuff like this. And it's, you know, it tends to... Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe in Idea World we should have done that. But at this point, I don't think it's feasible. Because we do have already a lot of maps out there, and going over all of them, making a special style for things you can't reach, is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Also, not a complaint, I do encounter a lot, I think. I wanted to check the spear weapons. I mean, again, ideally, the best way to handle this is just to avoid situations where you think you could be able to jump up certain positions where you can't. And, you know, this is just essentially level design. And sometimes it's hard to do, but I mean, this is essentially also how we did it in Crosscode. And, you know, in fact, Crosscode did have less invisible walls, but it still had enough situations where people thought they could do a jump and they couldn't, because the perspective isn't ideal. And even though Alabaster Dawn does have, you know, perspective makes it easier to see height difference, it's still not perfect. And sometimes you do not see how terrain is exactly looking, and you would think you could do the jump, but you actually can't. It's so I'm not even sure it's always because of invisible walls, right? Because we do leave invisible walls mostly just for edges where, you know, at the edge of the map we're not supposed to walk through anyway. Okay, let's see. Now I'm thinking about how to do the spear, because this one is actually a little bit tricky now that I think about it.
You mean the throwing attack, or?
Yeah. Because people wanted to have throw a spear with a delayed explosion. Why do we have tricky ideas like this? Because how does this work with a delayed explosion? That essentially means that it needs to stop at the first target, and you know, things being stuck at targets is tricky because hitboxes are always larger, so the thing will float next to the thing that it hits
Ah, I see.
in certain situations. I have an idea though. Something we could do is she just throws a spear and everything that has been hit by the spear has like a delayed explosion. Which... or does like, you know, some delayed damage.
You mean, okay. Hello, is there a possibility that Alabaster Dawn be translated to Spanish, unlike crosscode? Yes, it might actually be somewhat more likely this time around.
Okay, let's first see if I can make her throw a proper spear though. Okay. Now let's do the spear. If I just say weapon. Oh my, I keep getting this wrong, man. Okay, spear. Here we go. Okay, at least the spear seems to be working as a weapon for now. Okay, maybe I can do I have an idea how to maybe do this in a way that might look good. So the idea is that if she throws a spear, it's just once it's hit, it, you know, it spawns a proxy that will be stuck at the target.
So and the separate proxy will basically the one that will like do a little delayed damage.
Yeah, that's the idea. Okay, let's see if I can actually spear boom. So there's a sticky and there is a alignment. Oh, what's this? Keep relative offered.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that we need, Oxy. Okay, perfect.
Oh, we actually need. Wow, great! Something I.
Yeah, we definitely need this in this case because
Yeah.
it is spawned exactly at it spawned exactly at where it's hit, and I wanted to, you know, keep moving relative to it.
Yep.
Oh, even better. Following targets. Self. Kendall asks, do you have any specific design goals for the spear other than its damage type? Do you want to fill a certain role that the other weapons don't, etc.? It's just about finding an attack that does something that feels different from what we had before. And we didn't have a delayed explosion attack kind of thing. for, you know, at least for melee attack. And I think essentially the idea is that if you have a spear, people might expect to be able to throw the spear because, you know, it's something you do very often with the spear. So, you know, throwing the spear is essentially a given. The question is really, what else can you do with this, when you throw a spear? So what else can happen? And here I think the idea is that just you could make it just, you know, fly through the enemies, hit multiple targets, which in a sense is the same that you do with the hammer backdash attack, right? So it's not something too new. It's something that you have with the crossbow, charge attack. But actually hitting it and having a delayed explosion, I think is more interesting. The big trouble is really just figuring out how we can implement this in a way that it looks good. Okay, let me just use some kind of effect. I just want to see if it works in principle. Okay. So then I can add a boom. Just a small boom. It doesn't have to be fancy. Okay, stop FX. Clear FX was the step. So the question is if that actually works. So here we have a spear, and the sub proxy would be the spear boom. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Okay. At least in principle that works. Let's see how it looks in practice when I throw it at some ball enemies. The ball enemies are actually a good use case here because they're tiny, and I can see how it looks for them. Okay. This, you know, this is what I kind of was concerned would happen. Why is it... Where is it spawned? Okay. It's like... Okay, sometimes it works pretty well. Just in some cases, it's kind of way off. That was odd though. I mean, now it seems like it works well. Okay. You know, something I could do is just, you know, we just say, okay, we ignore the relative offset, and we just, you know, just take the target and say whatever, call it a day. How does this look like? This all essentially makes sure it's always at the center of the thing that's hit. Even though... Even if it's pretty far away. Yeah, this is probably like the safer approach. Do I get the feeling
Oh, yeah, right. A bit of baby says you might want to disable or mute your WhatsApp messengers during streams.
Did I get WhatsApp message? Oh yeah.
I think, but I think it was in. I assume not many people
Yeah.
speak the language.
Jesus, I actually hate WhatsApp on Windows.
Yeah, I agree.
It's such a dumb program.
Isn't it like a web application, or does it have like a?
No, there's a desktop application, but it's
Okay.
like it's horrible to work with. It's really annoying to log in. I just logged out. Since I don't know how to actually just disable the notifications.
I think there should be some busy thingy or something, or you can just.
It's too late now. I just logged out.
Yeah.
Okay, something is odd a little bit here. What even is the follow target when I hit something?
Okay.
So there is a collision. Set proxy call pause target. What does this do? Okay. Yeah. If I just say, okay, we use the target follow target, that is actually the spawn position, because that's what I do, and by default I just set the follow target to be the exact position where the entity is spawned relative to the target, to the aim position pretty much. So that's why even if I do this without the relative thing that you implemented, and it's always going to be exactly the essentially the hit position. And I think enabling your option actually might do it twice, so that's why the offset might actually be larger than you want to. I mean, it does look fine in practice. I think that's probably what I will keep doing. Now it's just about, you know, doing a better effect, because this, you know, it's just a placeholder, obviously. And I have an idea how you can make this work. Essentially, I just go to player projectile and I just make the spear stuck thing in neutral, or maybe cold, because when I'm using cold. So first of all, we do a round dot scale it up a lot, y shortening 4.
Y shortening.
And shear 1. Bit higher. Okay, this looks good, a bit slimmer. So, like, this is how the spear looks like when it hits something. It's pretty abstract. It keeps the orientation. Do this here. Okay, this is actually too bright. Okay, this looks good. Something like this. Okay. Let's make it the center. Okay, you know, you see how it cuts through something. And okay, just one is enough actually. The duration should be minus. Start. Loop end. Okay. And then the trick is to say that we keep the precise rotation. Okay, now it's always in the rotation of the entity. Then, very important, follow. You see? Now the spear is stuck and it doesn't rotate.
Oh no,
You know, ideally you would want it to rotate with the enemy, but it's probably something we will not do because this is actually hard to do properly with our engine. I mean, I could try to sync with the face direction, but this might also look really, very weird. So, you know, I will just keep it like this. Okay. So let's see how this looks like in practice. I opened all kind of stuff here. Let me just close some stuff again. Here you go. So okay, yeah. Important is face rotation precise. There's even precise is enough. So this might look weird again because it's a very thin stick and it might just, you know, look like it's off, but I will add some padding to kind of like make it overlap a bit more. And in the end, you can just argue that it's, you know, a little bit magical, so it's not physically a spear being stuck in the enemy. It's look as if it were thrown without too much strength. That's mostly because of the polish that's missing.
Yeah.
Jesus, my gosh, Anna, it's like I'm just gonna clean up this map now.
Yeah. I can.
This is getting overboard, Hannah. Jesus.
Oh no, not the
all
not
the
stuff.
references.
No. I have to make a copy map and then because it's too much work to.
Okay, so as you can see now, at least we have a spear that is, you know, roughly stuck in the enemy. We can even do stuff like, let me see. This is actually interesting, I think. I can make the enemy. So this is attack massive. That's good. It should be massive. Then I do a hit direct. That actually does no damage. No FX. No damage. But I do lock the enemy. Without any max time, and it's massive. And then before it hits, I do unlock, and this is also massive. Okay, that should mean that when the enemy is hit with this, it will not move anymore. Bong. Okay, this is good. So, like, it will obviously not work for all enemies all the time. But for, you know, in regular cases, the enemy is shortly stuck with the spear and then it explodes. So, Okay. Okay, I think this works in practice, so actually that's fine with me. It's mostly about making the effect, you know, a little bit more magical, so it doesn't bother you too much when it's a little bit offset. I think that's fine. We just essentially imagine like a floating magic spear that might be floating next to the enemy and then it explodes, so that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's just too much work to make this hit in a way that it always looks perfect.
I mean, you. I just wonder, can't you reposition it to the center of the enemy, or would that be like mess with the sticky too much in the current?
We could do this. The problem is like how much. We could do some step where we kind of like reduce the offset of the following target. Maybe I can try to do this.
You will be at Gamescom again, won't you? I was so hyped to find your booth last year. Yep.
Yep, you
We
will be
will
at Gamescom again. There will be more news about this before Gamescom, but yeah.
But don't expect too much more new content. It will likely just be a very similar demo as the one
We will have our own booth though this time. So to be, I mean, last time we effectively had our own booth too, if we are honest. But this time, the other devs from Germany don't have to, you know, share the remaining booths among themselves. Like we have a separate booth this time. It will be the same demo like last year because it's effectively like the Steam demo. Not the Steam only. It's just it's actually the showcase demo because the Steam demo is way too long for Gamescom. We might update it, but it's essentially the same. But yeah, if you want to meet us, we are there. Do I remember a guy in a Kratos cosplay?
Maybe.
It was too much going on, honestly.
Yeah, we see so many people.
Yeah. If you came on a weekend, we actually haven't been around at that time. There was only our graphics people who stayed over the weekend. The official WhatsApp desktop app Windows is Electron based. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think Discord is also Electron based, as far as I know. That's not why I don't like the app. I like it for essentially on how it handles login and authentication, and it's just, you know, it's just annoying to use. Hi, what if you move under and wait to see the spear in the monster? Which angle would it have? What do you mean with move under? Can you make a kebab with several enemies?
It would be theoretically it could be possible with proxy.
I think actually let me try something just for lulz. I don't use hit direct, but I actually use hit line with the same thing. Okay, I do massive, I do lock. What is happening? Okay. The target. So it's like self. Alignment is figure root. Okay. It's actually hard to do this properly because, I mean, I need to give him a figure. Like, it could be whatever figure. I can give it a motoyaki.
Mayoff, subscribe
Here you
with
go.
Prime on the 31st month.
Okay, just ignore the motoyaki for now.
Yeah. I always love placeholder visuals.
I need this,
By the way,
otherwise this SID line doesn't work.
everyone, in case you didn't know, you can subscribe for free if you have Twitch Prime. And you still get money, and you use your Jeff Bezos perks that you got. Isn't that nice?
It doesn't work too well, honestly. It's yeah. Okay, let's not do the skewing for now. There might be actually a way to make it work, but it's a little bit more tricky because essentially I need to. Also, what makes it tricky is actually I need to just pull all the enemies together. Maybe I actually can do this if I just say pull.
Motoyaki as the secret 9th weapon.
This actually leads to a lot of weird issues. No, let's not do this.
You mean the skewing idea?
Yeah, the skewing idea. This is it's a little bit out of. We only have one target.
I mean, I wouldn't have expected it for like the combat art anyway. Maybe for like a divine art effect, but not for this. I think it would be a bit too.
A bit too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I can reduce it to the target. I think there might be a way to do this. So I need a set follow jump.
You need to have an Easter egg response now. Have the motoyaki make nervous noises when they see this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ah. Okay, I can actually do this. Okay, this is nice. So it is... Let's see if I can actually...
Hey to Flora.
Hey, Flora.
And thanks for the 92nd month of loyalty to our Twitch streaming career.
Yeah, we not much. I mean, we are just working on a spear combat art that where you throw something that's stuck at the enemy and it explodes with some delay. No, we're just thinking of ways to make it stuck a bit better to the center of the enemy. It's a little bit messy to do this actually, and you know, an easy way to do this now would be to just say, okay, okay, the proxy does have the entity collision. Okay, this actually, this changes everything. Then I can actually do this because I do know which, you know, collision. If I know which call is used, then I know what is supposed to be the aiming center, and I do know the actual offset, so I can just say that reduce it towards the actual target center by this amount of distance. So I can say, okay, move it towards the center by half a tile. And that should usually work for whatever the enemy size, because for a bigger enemy, you don't want it to move like always to the center, but just a little bit so it's not floating too far away from the edge. So that's something I can do. So if I look what the generic proxy is doing. Do I not have a set target for the proxy generic?
Say again?
Just... Oh, there it is. It's just couldn't find it. Yep. Okay, the actor has a target call, and that's what I can use. Damn it. I actually need to go on toilet. The timing didn't work out. So, yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. And I will still keep thinking about this idea while I'm on the toilet, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
Have a nice toilet. So people, this is our stream, and nothing is happening now because Felix is on the toilet. In the meantime, how are you doing? How's temperatures at your place? Yes. Let's maybe not. He might have his phone with him and look at the chat while on the toilet, so it won't be hidden from him. Time for random Alabaster Dawn fact. Game physics is actually based on your frame rate. Yeah, in certain ways it is. There have been some exploits in previous versions by exploiting very high frame rate. I think we mostly put some stops to that. But yeah. Yeah, you were actually able to bridge like pretty unexpected and unplanned distances with the sword launch in earlier versions. I think we kind of fixed that in a way, but I'm not sure what we did. Did we do it with like gravity or something? I might have actually fixed it by increasing the gravity, so you can't actually fly with it over distances.
Back.
Ah, look who's back.
Time for random Alabaster Dawn fact. Game physics is
Yeah.
actually based on your frame rate. It is, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we did some fail safes for the sword launch, so you can't actually just bridge insane distances anymore, like you could in like earlier versions.
Yeah. Same has been the case for Crosscode 2. I mean, the frame distance been depending on the frame rate.
Yeah, that was the reason why we
It should be more subtle though. I mean, I have some ideas to tweak this to make it more consistent over time. But for instance, stuff like jumping up and down should actually not be so much dependent on the frame rate. For dashing and the sword launch, I think the biggest issue is mostly that friction movement is sort of depending on your frame rate. So that's the problem here mostly.
Backdash. Was it backdash? No.
Soga says, but I love that you're making the spear cool. A lot of action games, blah blah, give swords very fantastic movement, and then the spear has one attack and it's poking a guy. I feel the challenging thing about spears is actually making them cool by just using poking attacks, because a lot of games rely on doing sweeps with spear, which is, you know, doesn't actually make sense realistically, and it's a little bit cheap, and it's a lot easier to make attacks look cool with, you know, just sweeps. So doing cool combos with just poking is challenging, I feel. But yeah, we did try. Honestly, I have to say, I think Hades actually had a big impact here. We looked at a lot of games, but only after I played Hades, I actually went over the spear and tweaked the effects a little bit and make it more accelerated, because before it was just didn't feel large enough. Like, since you do sacrifice a lot of, you know, range flexibility, I wanted it to be a little bit more accelerated, like in the forward direction. So it's actually, like, in a sense, it has more range than the sword and other weapons, but it's just more narrow, right? And yeah, just went over the effects, adding a lot of additional smaller details to make it look cool. And obviously for the... Here we do have sweeps, so that's, you know, we wanted to have some sweeps because it's just for variation. But yeah, and the other part is just essentially the Terra Enigma reference. I think we may have looked at the Monster Hunter lands. I think we looked at a lot of games for the lands. I think the combo was inspired by Neo, I feel. Neo or Neo 2, like because it has a lens too and had like this whole turning around thing. I think it's for Neo pretty much. Okay. I actually wanted to check something about how I do this set proxy call. So do I have, let me have a position. So what do I do? Okay. I do.
I have a question. I assume crosscode sound effects are going to be changed later on. Like, those are just placeholders. Some, I'm not sure if all of them need to be replaced, but I assume a lot are the placeholders. I'm not entirely sure how many crosscode sound effects we actually still have in the game. Are those like a few switch sounds or puzzle sounds or something?
We do have a couple player crosscode sounds, but I think some of them actually won't change. Stuff like the parry sound, we actually like this one so much, I think we won't change it. There might be some other stuff that we might change, but I need need more details than I can tell you. So specifically the parry sound, I don't think we will change because it's just, I think we just got too used to it. This set align off per thing that I'm using here. I'm just realizing that it has an issue. And I'm not sure if this will... just work fine. Oh boy, this is troublesome. Okay. Get aligned pos. How does this work with the offset? Get. Hmm. 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 Okay, what do we do with the offset? Add relative phase offset G. Ah, man. Ooh. Oh man, this is troublesome. How do I fix this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. Getting distracted by another technical issue. Mm. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just thinking about stuff. So, like the issue, maybe I can try to explain this. Maybe I should turn on the light. 1 second.
Yeah, it's good to have a bit more light in your room.
So the issue is that I'm currently, the way I'm doing this like calculating the position for the proxies that are spawned based on the hit pods. What I'm trying to do is I take the position where it's hit the entity, then I calculate like I look at what part was hit, I take the alignment of that part and calculate the center of this part alignment. Then I take the delta from this position, from the aiming position to the actual hit position, and just add this delta to the offset. And that works fine until the offset is relative. And that's kind of like the downside, because you actually want the... Hard to explain. You want this to actually be relative, because when it rotates, it should kind of like the offset should rotate with the node. And currently it wouldn't do this, so... screw it. That's an issue for another day. Let's just, I
mean, it does make sense. I mean,
it's something you probably won't notice in most cases. Because, it's actually fine if the target is a little bit off center. So set following jump. Set jump follow. Set follow. How is this? No, I think it's just follow jump, isn't it? Target follow jump. That's okay.
I also always get confused by the name.
Yeah, I mean, names are always... I think it's not possible to find a name that you won't confuse. That's just how it is.
Yeah. It's just that we have so many steps that sometimes you just have to, like...
You have to
search a bit.
Okay, I should just reduce follow target delta. That's how I call it now.
So you're basically doing a completely new step for that, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most flexible way to do this.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So how do I do this? Okay, so Victor. Okay, let's see. Yeah, things are quiet.
Mhm.
How did everyone get through the summer so far? Things have been actually pretty harsh in Germany. We had
Yeah,
like
it
a
was.
very, like in Europe, you may have heard like we had a very, very strong heat wave.
Yeah, I already mentioned
Like 2
that
weeks
while you were
ago.
gone.
Not this week, but the week before that. Our week ends at Sunday, so you know,
Nice, like
10 days ago was horrible.
almost 40 degrees, or rather, I think we actually reached 40 degrees for a bit.
I think even in Saarbrücken there was actually like a heat record of 41 degree and something else. So we have been one of the hottest spots in Germany specifically here. In
Because we're
Saarbrücken.
close to France, and France was like extremely.
Yeah, France was cursed. "90 to 100 degree, you would be boiling." I guess it's Fahrenheit, yeah.
Yeah, Fahrenheit. By the way, Fahrenheit is such a weird, like not currency. What's the name?
Temperature measurement.
Yeah, unit, right? Because like in for both Kelvin and for Celsius, you have like very like important like points for 0 and for 100. Like in Celsius, 0 is water freezes and 100 is
Water boils.
water like boils and evaporates. And for Fahrenheit, 0 is basically the freezing temp is basically the coldest temperature they were able to create with like some special mixture of chemicals like 200 years ago or something. So it's like completely random.
But I mean,
random
you
thing,
need to understand like how relevant that actually is to people arguing about temperature. Like one argument for Fahrenheit, which I somehow see, is that it gives you, you know, more range to describe temperatures, because for us it's just the relevant range for us is between 0 and I mean -10 or so and 30, where they can go from 0 to 100 pretty much.
That's
and
true.
It's kind of like over 90 sounds like very dangerous, and like getting to 100 you think, okay, that is really hot. And for us 40 doesn't sound as dramatic, so I can kind of see how for just arguing temperatures for the weather, Fahrenheit might actually be, you know, might be, if you're especially if you're used to it. Yeah,
But I do think if you're used to it, then that argument is basically moot in any. I mean, I can see, of course, you have like a more like
you can have
you have
more
more
range
numbers.
because we never argue sub-degree temperature. We never say, oh, it's 35.5. We never say that. We always say, oh, it's 36, and then it's 37, and then it's 40, and you actually notice how much of a difference 1 degree Celsius makes. And we only have those degrees. So like sometimes I feel having, you know, more numbers might actually be nice.
Yeah, that's true.
So just, you know, just to be the devil's advocate here.
Also, a big advantage of Fahrenheit is you can reach 6-7 realistically.
Yeah, that's a very big and important advantage, yes. 90 to 100, yeah, like this is, yeah, we have been beyond 100 here in our heat wave.
Yeah.
That was brutal. So
Also, there is a good way for me to remember roughly how Fahrenheit works, because there's a pretty great The Wire clip where
yeah,
you might remember it like the 40 degree or something.
a 40-degree day or something like.
Yeah.
It's like not noteworthy, yeah.
Such a great scene. Good evening, people in the server space. Hello. 293 sounds terrifying. Maybe we should invent Super Celsius, Felix. It's the same as Celsius, but it goes to 1000, and in or rather, water boils at 1000.
Okay, so now I have this reduce follow target delta thing. And let's see if that works. Let's make half a tile. I think that's actually enough for most applications. Okay. Okay, I think it works better. If you look at it, I think they're not offset too much now.
I think it does make a... Yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
Yeah. That helps pretty... That works pretty nice, I think. Okay. So maybe now...
Thinking about it, wouldn't this basically be kind of similar to like something? Oh, then again, it might be spoiler. Is it spoiler if I compare it to like
the bomb.
something planned? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to some extent, yeah, but it's... I mean, what else do you want to do, which would be 100%
No. I mean,
original?
it's not bad. It's just nice, rather that we have like similar a similar way of doing that.
I mean, the bomb has this as puzzle mechanic, and it gives you more control. This is just a delayed explosion. Yep. And we're actually not 100% sure we actually will do a big delay explosion thing with the bomb. There's still some other ideas flying around. So, but first I want to see if I can improve the throwing. Because there's like some jumping there. Okay. How does it look here? Okay. Okay, it's using a certain fixed height. Oh, I think this might be related to the figure, honestly. Because I think I need to... Let's just show the... I do not see the hitboxes. I need to see the collisions, actually. Yeah, it's mostly about... how the spear looks like. I think I need to handle the spear. Okay, I should call this here spear projectile. So maybe just make this a little bit smaller, a little bit lower. So how do you handle a very small, long projectile? I think I have an idea. I just move it further back.
Ah, so you
So like
hit,
the tip
yeah.
is essentially the relevant thing here.
Which makes sense because
Yeah, because
like,
that's the thing that needs to hit you, right?
Yep,
I
yep.
just need to make sure that it's spawned like sufficiently ahead so it makes sense in terms of position.
Gonna be heading out. Got some obligations for the rest of the day. Was cool to see the progress was already done for the spear. See you all next time. See you.
See you.
Have fun with the obligations.
Okay, let's make this one parallel to the ground. I think that will probably work better in most cases. I mean, I can move it a little bit further. So I'll just make like the blue thing, like the rotate center. Okay, and then I have to give this one a lot of rotations. Yeah. And also the pitch style is, what did we do for the arrow? Generate projectiles. It is, oh yeah, the pitch is automatically set with the projectile entity, so it's like I don't need to do anything actually. So that should be fine. So we do have phase 360. We actually have that. That's a little bit insane. Okay. So now that I have this, I need to just go to the proxy and say that the figure is different now. It's spear projectile. Okay, and then okay. Slow down again. Now you can see it's too low again. Let's make it higher. Okay, this is actually pretty good. Okay, but it's not sufficiently too much behind. Yeah. So let's make the start distance higher. Still not enough. Ah, I think that's better. Nice. What is happening there? Huh? Like the first time it works, the second time... Why? Okay, let's make it larger. little bit confused. So if I make it even more, that works. No, sometimes the distance is simply ignored. What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the distance is only a suggestion. Sometimes it just takes less. Why? If defined on... Okay, what is this auto retard? We don't need this. Maybe it's because of this. No, it's not because of this. Is it because of auto? What if I say none? Okay. It's because of the auto target. No, it's not. Sometimes it's... This might be a very weird bug. Okay, I need to check this.
Is it maybe just an editor bug, or but then again it would be.
Why would it be an editor bug? I mean, it's just input 4. What do you mean? Like, it's not the proxy spawning. It's like it's a playback of an action. I don't think that's an editor bug. It's using self. Like, this should work. Just gonna proxy spawner. Shoot act. That's the one actually. There's a duration of 0.1. Is that maybe why? No, it's like sometimes it just... It spawns like the whole distance and sometimes it doesn't. This is not good. Oh boy. Oh no. Start distance is A. Oh no, please don't tell me. I did some changes about the num range and I was afraid these kind of things might happen.
I mean, it's good to notice that early, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, here's a comma missing. Circle spawn act. Here we have the circus props and it has the start distance. So what is this? Set. Start distance. Set. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, this is bullshit. This is not the default. Ah. Okay, that explains everything already. Yeah, okay, I found the bug.
Okay.
Okay, never mind that. Okay. Yeah, it's because of my change. Also because I just set the wrong default value somewhere.
I mean, but that's like at least something
Easy to fix, yeah. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Is this now consistent? Yeah. So because what I did literally made it like the start distance is always this value from this to 0. So.
Okay.
That's not what we want. We want like the same all the time here. It's not a range. It's a problem because we do use the num range for different purposes sometimes. And sometimes you do want like this to be always be arranged. Okay, this looks good now. Bong. 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 This looks good. Maybe a little bit higher. Let's try this again. Okay, this is perfect now, I think. Yes. Very good. Okay, let's try this from the other side. Nice. Yes. Perfect. From the north. Yes. Okay, it's a little bit off center. That's maybe something I would fix. Let's go to the animation editor. Juno Spear. Juno weapon, I mean. It's good. Stop exploding. Okay. Throw. Now we add a weapon. Juno, nano, weapon, player weapon, spear. Here you go. Okay. So. I mean, Javed really did like good work here because he actually made sure that it's aligned in a way that it's in the center of the figure, which is exactly what you have to do here in order for this to work correctly. Just that he was a little bit off center, so just a little bit. Okay. And then, as always, that's like a very common thing with our animation process, is that whatever Javed does, I usually make it faster. He does amazing work with animations, but in practice it's always like a little bit too slow for me. And this is another example where like
I mean, I can see why.
This
he likely just thinks about what looks great if you just see it in the editor and you want to see all the details nicely. But in practice you want to have it fast.
It's like it's a common thing that you always tend to make things a little bit too slow. Why does finger now have an animation? What is this? I don't think we want an animation here, thank you. So this could also be a little bit. There's actually two things. This is a start, which is a charge. Then I need a pre, and you know, start and pre sounds like the same thing, but I don't care. So you actually want this one to have a bit more control here, so for the timing. So I make two animations out of it. So the one is where she kind of goes back. And this one actually can be a little bit longer because I'm gonna add, and I can make it jumpy, and then Javed can fix this a bit more, make it even better. So, and then our throw actually starts with this. So here you go. Hop, 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 hop. So that's the pre, and then there's the throw. Because I'm gonna do a short slow motion in this moment. Because that's what we have for most of the charge attacks. So we have now. Now this might look weird now because there's no tree. Whoop. So this might be a little bit too long. Whoop. There we go. So now let's add the, what do we have here? This is what I'm talking about, you mean? This sort of slow motion. Jumping enabled, we don't need. Actually can use the hammer backdash. I think that's a better comparison. So okay, spear. Here we go. Clear FX. Oh yeah, and also stop the slow motion, otherwise this will look a little bit ridiculous. Bang, bang. So far so good, but we do need better effects for the spear. I actually have an idea that maybe I can just reuse some from the crossbow, so I don't have to redo all the effects. Let's see, if I say...
I mean, what is a thrown spear if not just a larger bolt?
Yeah, it's just an oversized arrow pretty much. So I will just do the arrow charge thing, you know. Man, I really like those pierce sounds. They're really cool. Okay, so I will just copy this to our spear. Okay, maybe I should not use the hit, just trail. That's enough actually. I do need actually to add something when you hit a wall. That's actually important too. Okay, center. Oh, also very important, the Z gravity should be 0. Whoop. Whoop.
Oh yeah.
It's actually interesting. What's happening is here is because the trail stops right where it hits, which makes sense, you know. And then the spear is kind of just stuck in the target. It feels disconnected. So actually what we need to do for the spear thing is that it needs to have a trail too, the spear stuck thing. Which is something we can easily do. I just need...
You mean like, so it has a trail when it's inside the...
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so just give it a time and repeat it. Okay, and also do not do an angel range. Thank you. Okay, just ignore the facing because the facing will not change. As long as it has, you know. And this one needs to be less bright. Okay, let's see how that looks. think it's a little bit too long. You know what, I'm so annoyed by this explosion, I think I will just take the effect out. Okay. Is there any more questions? I didn't pay attention for some time.
Not really. The chat is relatively quiet right now, unless it stopped at some point. No, it's
Is there
pretty
nothing
quiet.
else to talk about? Nothing happened.
Uh,
What about physical gaming being in danger because Sony?
Nothing happened in gaming or in anything, Felix. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony made some interesting decisions that no one had any problems with, of course.
Mm-hmm. It's all business as usual.
Yeah, but sadly, I kind of expected that to happen at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
And of course, like Microsoft also has been having a very good time, or rather the studios that they bought. Like a lot of studios in danger of being closed or something, including like some very like iconic studios like Double Fine and stuff. By the way, if you're interested in like gaming business stuff, economy thingies, then you might want to follow Jason Schreier on YouTube.
I think he might need our shout out.
Definitely.
Finally get some attention.
Finally, Jason Schreier gets some attention.
Yeah.
I mean, he did shout outs for us, so we can also give some to him. And also, just because he's more popular than we are, doesn't mean that everyone knows him.
That's true.
Or knows that he has created a YouTube channel.
That's right. He has very nice videos. So he gives a lot of cool insights into game development, like not just indie, but AAA perspectives and everything.
Games Done Quick is currently running. I didn't know that.
So, okay.
Felix, that might be the reason why people are so quiet.
Oh, Games Done Quick, okay.
Done Quick only running, yeah. I didn't know that.
Fine, okay. So I think it's just too slow actually. What is the speed of charge is? Oh wow, 120. Yeah, let's do something like this.
Is crosscode on Games Done Quick? I do know that we had like some rather big crosscode speedrun event thingy once, but I'm not sure if it was at Games Done Quick.
Well, I didn't hit anything. What? Okay.
If it was, then it must have been a few years ago.
Did I actually do some auto aiming here? Let's see. Oh, I don't do auto aiming here. That might be why. Yeah. And do I do auto aim? No. Please auto aim. No! Why is it floating again? I thought we had fixed this. Now the spear is floating over the enemies again.
Oh no!
Okay, let's see. Let's see what our nice step is actually doing. If it's doing anything. Maybe Actually, it's very possible I just opened an outdated window where I didn't add the step yet. I think that's why. I think it looks better now. Yeah, okay, that was it. It was just outdated the window.
Okay,
It's
yeah, that's one of
just
those
an old.
things.
Yeah, I should make sure to close outdated game windows. Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. I mean, it's okay, so it works great for here. Let's try some other enemies. Baokao might be interesting to see how that works. Where's the Baokao? There's the Baokao. Come on. Do your worst. Okay. Point. Yeah, that worked. Point. Yeah, I guess it kind of works. It's fine.
Oh, the spear in his butt.
Oh no, I died. I didn't do the charge attack fast enough. That's not the nice thing you can do. No, that's not the nice thing. I think I actually made this Baokao very powerful. I think that was like the Baokao wanted to check, can we actually make enemies that are very hard? So I made it to level 473. And turns out, yes, it actually makes the enemies kind of hard, so you can do that.
Oh shit.
Honestly, I thought, come on, it's like it really actually takes, like the damage scaling isn't so brutal in our game, so you actually have to do, like even if you fight an enemy that's like 30 or 40 levels above you, it's not like you get killed by one hit. Our damage scaling simply does work this way. But you do need a long time to kill them, so you need to be, you know, not be hit for a long time. Like not be hit too often. But this one is like, yeah, it's probably impossible. Like not impossible, but you know, not fun.
Yeah, of course. It's at the very least pretty spongy.
Dang it! There's some delay in this charge attack, I swear. Come on, do your worst. Yes! Okay, I did it. Wasn't very effective, but I did it. Nope. Come on, do it again, do it again. Attack me, attack me. Not this one. Why am I so bad? Okay, let's do it again. Up. Yes, okay. And died again. So at least this move isn't overpowered apparently.
I mean, you do need like to charge it and stuff,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can just.
Anyway, I didn't want to do this. I just wanted to check the spear, and it's, you know, it looks okay.
It does.
Yep. Hit it! Yes!
So this way we have like iconic spear moves of both Terranigma and Secret of Evermore in this.
Nice! Yay!
Kinda at least. I mean, of course, in Secret of Evermore you would need to do the level 2 animation of Yuno basically doing like a cartoonish swirl or like a whirl before she throws.
Okay, anyway, I think it works in principle. Did I copy over all the effects? Yeah. At least the trace should be correct. Yeah, indeed. So I probably need some proper destroy effect. For the wall at least, I think that's what we need. I think I will try to do something neutral because I don't feel like doing this for all the elements again. Spear, wall. Okay, so this is just... Can stop moving, Juno? Okay. So now I will make this one with a range. Oop. Make this one with alpha cut. And this one too. And just a lot faster. Also don't repeat, just once. And I want my pierce sound. Doopy doopy doop. Where is it? Impact. Hit. I think it was base. No.
Speaking of impact, Felix.
Oh, what? Speaking of impact, oh yeah.
We still, I'm still having an earworm from that damn theme.
Mm.
Yeah, we played some Mystical Ninja Goemon for the N64.
Yeah.
Recently, it's still a very fun game. Like,
yeah,
it's like the movement and combat is very simplistic in many ways, but it's still like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Except for the camera, but I mean, even that isn't that bad in the game.
Yeah, it aged pretty well so far, I have to say. So Mystic Ninja Goemon, no, Mystic Ninja Staring Goemon it was, I think. Or Mystic Ninja Goemon 64 something, I don't know.
No, it doesn't have 64, I think. It just has Mystic Ninja Starring Goemon.
Mm.
And we actually also had the first robot section with Impacto.
Mm.
With this amazing theme song. It's a shame that we don't have like a music board, otherwise we could play the Impact theme now. I mean, you could also, you could still play it. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I could do it. But
I wouldn't hear it, so.
Okay, so... I can also use this here. I do like the sound. Might be too loud though. Okay. Bing. So... Okay, let's see. I need to set this as the wall FX here. Spear. Okay. Oh no. Stop auto-aiming so much. Okay. This is good.
I mean, you could just test the wall shots on an empty map, but
I could just do that, yes, but I mean, I just don't need to move upwards and it works. So it's way too
yeah,
fast. Why are you going so fast? Okay, maybe I'll just make this one a bit longer. Okay. Okay, it works. It's just a bit too thin, honestly. I just made this and I thought this would look better, but actually no. This is good. Oh, there it is again. Stop.
just casually evading the thing, like, hey, I'm testing something here.
I'm not fighting you, go away. Go away, level. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Damn, restarting a session when you die is really, really slow for some reason. There's some weird slow-mo, weird stuff happening.
Did you press T by accident?
No, I didn't. It's just because of the slow motion of
Ah, okay. By the way, it is this time of the quarter again. Of the quarterly year.
this time of the quarterly year.
Yes. In that a new season started. Or rather a new anime season started.
Oh, okay. I actually saw some anime just randomly today on Blue Sky. There's some anime
Oh, okay.
about some story in Persia and with Mongols.
Oh, do you mean Witch of Mongolia?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it has a really interesting art style. I've seen the opening of it.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of Ranking of Kings.
Oh yeah.
Like the vibe of it.
That's true, yeah.
And also the art style a bit, of course, yeah. Yeah, that's one of those that I have heard a lot of good things about. I haven't watched it yet, but I might.
Maybe I will watch this with Parisa because you know, a little bit the setting is kind of like her things of her country, so I think this might be interesting.
A horse rider in Mongolia.
No, but she was everything starts in Iran, you know, so.
Yeah, I know. It reminds me, but yeah, I was, you know how I was last season, like, oh man, this season is so packed for me. I will definitely.
There's a rider happening. From
a raid is happening.
Eluin, yeah. There's
Yes, there's Eluin. Yes.
Oh wow.
6-7 people.
Oh, 6-7 people. 6-7.
Do the gesture.
I did it, Hannah. I did it. Yes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for raiding us. How's it going? We're old people doing game dev.
We're old people doing game dev, doing 6-7 to connect with the youth.
Yes, we do this. Hmm? Eluin. Who was Eluin?
How are you both? We are good for the most part. I mean, temperature in Germany has normalized a bit for now, at least. And we're doing game dev here.
Yes. Honestly, I have to say, like the week when we really have the big heat wave, I was actually relatively productive, all things considered. I just went to the office all the time, working because we had some pretty poor but nonetheless working air conditioning at the office, so it was a lot better than in many other places.
You can at least
So
survive it.
I was
while working.
motivated to be in the office, let's say it like this. That's why I actually did quite some decent work that week. But now the week afterwards, I actually was way less. I was a lot more tired, and I think it might just be like the change in weather, and maybe I just overdid it a little bit the week before. So maybe I should have taken things a bit more slower. Not sure.
Oh, by the way, we should maybe adapt the exclamation point Steam command to say, get Alabaster Dawn in early access here instead of just
also
wishlist.
still wishlist it if you want to, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can also still wishlist, but you can also buy it in early access.
I see. So you're a friend from Deployers. I think I remember something about sending a key to you and stuff like this.
Yep.
So yeah, that makes
nice.
sense. Thanks for playing.
That's nice. Yep. Thanks for playing.
Where am I? What am I doing? I'm working on some new attacks that you can do with spear, which will be the new weapon that you can get in with the next update.
Yep. The next update coming in August or maybe very early September, depending on how things go. Okay, what did I want to say? Oh yeah, right. I last season I said, yeah, this anime season is very packed. I will likely watch like some of the big shows later, next season. And then this season also seems to be surprisingly packed. Very unusual for me to have so many shows that I like to watch. Because Felix, there's another Bang Dream.
A Bang Dream.
Yes. Can you imagine? Not dragons, but Bang Dream.
Can you imagine dreaming of banging?
No, I can't. Never. That would be extremely weird.
Yeah.
But no, it's they have a new show about a new band, and it's pretty fun so far. They have actually really good 3D animation.
Okay.
There is good 3D animation these days. I mean, there has been good 3D animation.
At some point they have to get better at it.
Yeah, I mean, you did have good 3D animation back in, I don't know which year, with Land of the Lustrous, for example.
That's true, yeah.
And you might be surprised to hear, but there was good 3D animated Berserk with the movies, just not the TV show.
That's true, yeah.
The movies were pretty good. I think they had what was this one show? I forgot the name of it. This one show that often gets compared to Chainsaw Man, but it's actually older.
Does the spear impale enemies that hit terrain when knocked back? Does it mean if it fixes the enemy to the terrain? It doesn't do that, unfortunately.
That would be very cool, but it would require
a lot more work to get this to work.
Yeah.
For now, the idea is simply that when you impale them, there will be a delayed explosion around the enemy. So you can essentially hit more enemies close to it and...
Felix, I have a stupid idea.
Yeah?
Okay, no, I think it might not work. I just had a stupid idea. It's like the proxy gets spawned when the enemy is hit, and then it does like a tackle backwards. But the thing is, I mean, the target would need to do the tackle backwards, and then have like a specific condition if it hits the wall and then it gets pinned or something. I
Mhm.
mean, it's really silly.
I'm not listening.
Oh no, please. Maybe I will implement it secretly at some
Oh
point.
no. Okay, what am I even doing here? So let's see. I go to proxies. There's a supposed to be boom, which is not happening because I'm doing no explosion here. So nothing happens. Let's make the range a bit larger. Hop. That looks about right. Maybe a bit more even. Yeah. And let's do a cold check too. Hop. I already know how I will do the explosion. It will not be like a normal explosion, but rather just like spears going around the target in all directions. So it kind of remains it keeps the poking theme of the spear, you know. Poke explosion. Spear.
Just heard Pope
Poke.
explosion.
Boom. N. Okay, let's do it. Circle. Particle circle. There's actually a pierce. Spike. No. Long. Shape is long. Long pierce. Here we go. Okay, let's do 4. Delta add distance. Longer. Rotate
Stick around
precise.
and watch more, but I just finished a 27 hours fundraiser stream and I'm utterly wiped, so I will leave
Wow, yeah,
my lot
okay.
in.
Please, by all means.
Don't worry, you're well behaved. Best
Mm,
of luck with the game dev. Excited to see more of Alabaster Dawn. Thank you, and please get some good rest.
thank you
But
so
yeah,
much.
sometimes
Yeah.
fundraising streams can be very long. I'm not sure if they actually do like stream themselves the entire time, or if they do like have like some partnership streams with some other person streaming, so they can get a bit of rest in the meantime. Because 27 hours of sitting at your computer with like only a few breaks, that sounds extremely brutal. Mm. Could be cool to make the spear that is already stuck in the enemy to spin. You mean like spinning by hitting it again, or what's your... Oh no, it was just me, 27 hours. I had 15-minute breaks every few hours. It was fundraising for medical bills for a friend's kitty. Oh, that's cute. The kitty is fine, that's nice. But man, 27 hours, oh damn. Ah, for the explosion effect, okay.
I mean, we could do that, but I feel like just a radio explosion, I would prefer personally, because it's kind of a weird image of having the spear spinning when it's already stuck in the enemy, I think.
Yeah.
And also because I do really want to have like the explosion theme, also like the poking theme rather than the swing theme. So that's why rotation is
Yeah.
the swing again, you know.
For some reason, I was imagining like the swinging within the enemy, like some what's it called again? Like some Source Engine ragdolling of the spear. That's kind of like would kind of like look weird.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
Wow, coming back, seeing like a large, like spiky bloom.
That's kind of like the explosion thing.
Whoops. By the way, are you planning to wrap it up to like 11 or something?
Oh yeah, it's already 11. Dang it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So was,
The spear thing, it really poked
yeah.
through time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do work on anything else. I mean, I already expected this to be the only thing I worked on. And yeah, Gamedev streams. It's hard to be productive in them. Well, you know, it's at least this one made some decent progress.
I mean, you had a plan and you acted on it.
I mean, I had my initial plan was working on some other stuff too, but you know, you
Yeah,
tend to.
but then again, like it's
One of the things that will never change is like you tend to overestimate about how much you can actually accomplish. So let's make this with some animation. He's out strong, please, very strong. And this one here. Okay, variation. Okay, this is getting somewhere. More sharper. Okay, yeah, this is good. Yeah. Bing. Let's make some shake. Shake screen. Medium is enough, but faster. Fastest probably. Okay, just short. Trick. Okay, getting somewhere. I think this might be a little bit too much though. Or rather, this is a bit too much. Okay. Maybe those are like a little bit too much. Yeah, this is a few too many. So, okay. Let's make like a light source with darkness, which just goes on for a short time. Oop. Some fade in. Okay, a little bit smaller. Here we go. Getting somewhere. Follow target. Okay. So maybe let's do FX. So I can make this one. That's one that I definitely need to do for all the elements. So let's make this one ice themed. Cold. Let me just do a poke here. Just a bit larger in range. Here we go. Some delay. Whoop. No offset. Yeah. Okay, more range. So, okay. Ooh. Okay, maybe make this volumetric after all. Or maybe like some weird stuff in between. Okay, this is good. Do like generic boom sound, or actually, you know, take another pierce sound, because I do like this sound. fact, let's make some of them in parallel with some delay. Oh, I love this.
Sadly can't hear it, but I'm sure it's great.
It's just way too loud probably, but that's fine, I can. You should live stream yourself making Karma and Spear combat arts. Wait, am I not? That's exactly what I'm doing, is it not?
Kind of. But maybe they mean like that should be your career, like a YouTube, a live streamer of animation creation.
Yeah, I see. Okay, let's do some explosion. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, Juno. Impact. How important this one needs to be. Okay, actually when it explodes, this one should not move at all. I will just say that the X movement is blocked entirely. Also, when it's hit for the first time, I actually want it to be... Oh, here I actually do massive, but I don't want it to fly actually. So, it already flies here quite a lot in fact. I think I will just make it massive close. Because it's actually good if it doesn't fly too much. Because that gives you more control over which enemies you actually hit. Yep, for instance like this. Okay. But this explosion... Oh! Okay. Yeah, never mind then. I see what I need to do. Look. There is like a unstick thing, right? Unstick sticking proxies. Oh, great. Mod. Generic proxy. Clear sticky. Here it is. Okay. Because it should not... It should stop moving with the entity following this hit. And this one should make the enemies fly quite a lot, in fact. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, I forgot the most important thing though. Hit freeze. Strong. Hit freeze is such a powerful thing. Can't be overstated how much of a difference a good hit freeze does. It's just hard to imagine that CrossCode didn't have this at all, honestly. It just had... We did have slowdowns for breaks, but no hit freeze for normal attacks. And I think that's one of the big things that makes Alabaster Dawn's combat a bit more juicy. Just this kind of like stop that you have when things are hit. Okay, this looks nice now. Okay, this is interesting. I like this. It's actually a bit kind of like we need to find a good use case for this. Might want to reduce the time a little bit, honestly, because I feel if it's too long, it becomes too impractical to make it connect. So I think a second is really maybe stretching it a little bit. So let's try this. Yeah, okay, this is good. This feels nice. Okay, this is quite satisfying, honestly. I like this. Okay. Look at this.
Yeah, I really like the spiky explosion.
I mean, I do love this sound, man. It's one of the best sounds. I know that Stefan doesn't like it, but I will keep using it. I mean, you have to use it in moderation. We made it a lot quieter for like the spear and it's actually in those attacks as well. It's just very quiet. You barely hear it. But for those attacks, I feel we can be loud. Yeah, okay. That's a pretty cool attack, I think. I do like it. Okay, I think we can conclude the stream with this, because yeah, now I'm just throwing a spear, I'm not doing anything.
No, I know you're just throwing, no, you're just admiring the
That's
fruits
sometimes the curse of game dev. I mean, if it's really fun, you can't stop testing it, and you're wasting time with it. But I mean, you want it to be that much fun, so...
Yeah.
You can use it on destructibles too, yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
I mean, the destructible itself...
Wait. Did I just destroy a rock with this? Okay, yeah. It should not be blunt. It should be pierced, please. Please keep it.
Oh, it was actually... Okay.
Yeah, let's quickly fix this. Okay. So, yo, what's up? Love the game. Can't wait for the next update. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're working on it. Hopefully we'll have something ready in August, or at least soon after August. So yeah, this concludes our stream. We have at least 100 people silently watching, so thanks everybody.
I was watching the whole time.
Yes, I know, Lilia. As always.
That's not Melia, that's Fiora, actually.
What?
That's Fiora.
That's
not
Fiora.
Melia.
Oh, okay.
Melia is this one.
Adequate.
Okay.
And of
That's
course...
But we mustn't be careless.
There's a stuntman over there.
That's dumb. That highly dramatic scene that was made very funny out of context.
Yeah, that's stupid GIF. That's also the first GIF that you find on Discord when you search for Dunban.
Yeah.
Anyway, can't play Seinfeld. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
we
Maybe
will
whenever
end
we
it.
have a music bot again or something like this. So yeah, we made some progress with that attack at least, so that's good. This concludes our game dev stream. Anything else to say? I think that's about it, right?
Yep.
But yeah,
think-
we will soon work on blog updates to keep you posted about how it has been worked on. I mean, you saw a lot of it in the stream today.
By the way, before we forget, I think the Shade Protocol Kickstarter is
Oh
about
yes,
to
I forgot to talk about this entirely, even though Kendall was here. But yeah, Fate Protocol Kickstarter. Do not forget, I think it's almost over.
Yes, it's
Fate
3
Protocol,
days.
not Fate Protocol, man.
Fate
Fate
Protocol.
Protocol, not Fate Protocol. Let me just quickly, you already posted it, yes.
I mean, it
They do
has
have 3 more
easily-
days. They went beyond their funding goal by quite a bit, so it's
And I
already
think
a
they
big
also-
success. They even reached the stretch goal with
Yeah, all the stretch goals.
this bigger collaboration thing with Alabaster and Crosscode. That means there might even be like a special DLC about those 3 games, so that's actually pretty big. So yeah, that's really cool. If you didn't back this yet, this might be a good time. Now, if you're interested, and if you want to give them more money to create cool things,
At Flora, we actually already reached that goal. You just might not see it immediately because it's in euro for you, maybe.
yeah,
But it
it's,
is $300,000
yeah, it's already
Because-
$300,000.
because the euro is very strong compared to dollar right now.
I mean, currently, yeah.
Yes, and I think our merch thingies are over, but we reached all of the goals as well there.
You mean
make campaigns? Yeah, the keychain and the
the makeshift thing?
Hmm.
I hope you didn't miss this, but yeah, we did have the layer cheese and the pin. Everything has been funded. And yeah, so now it's all about creating Alabaster.
I mean, it's always about that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. For the foreseeable future.
Are
Okay.
there any other important events? I don't think so, right? I guess aside from Gamescom, usually.
No, there will be Gamescom, but that's about it.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Anyway,
this concludes our
Have a
stream.
good one.
Thanks everybody for dropping by, giving us a watch. I hope to see you again next time in August. I have to make sure we do this early in August. I mean, no, for so far we have had a pretty early streak every month, so beginning of August should try to do another stream. So until
Yeah.
then, hope to see you again,
bye-bye.
and until next time. So good evening. I mean, good night. Bye bye.
Good night, good morning,
Or
goodbye.
whatever your time is. So bye bye.
Whatever it